The veneers are shaking. The crime stories are shaking. The cargo is shaking. Los Angeles is shaking. The presidential election is shaking. I don't know who's shaking, Lil Yachty or Caribou. Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo are shaking. Now, Dr. Wendy and Eddie, for those who don't know who they are on Real Housewives of Potomac, and they are the model couple, okay? Dr. Wendy is a doctor, graduate of Johns Hopkins, and Eddie is a lawyer, I do believe, and he has a very popular cannabis line called Happy Eddie. These are two people you don't think are hurting for any money. Well, they both got arrested on Thursday, booked in Carroll County, and they got arrested for fraud. There's a lot to the story. Let's talk about it. Now, although they were arrested on Thursday, this situation all stems back to a trip to Jamaica that they had in May of 2015. They visited Negril, stayed at a beautiful Azul resort. They were there with the kids. It was absolutely breathtaking. Well, while they were in Negril, Jamaica, allegedly their home was burglarized. And a lot of things were taken of Wendy's: jewelry, Birkin bags, other designer bags, expensive trinkets of Eddie's. So they were allegedly hit really hard while they were gone. This was a big deal. And so, when your home is burglarized and you're someone as rich as Wendy and Eddie, of course you have insurance. Well, insurance was the issue here. They are now in trouble on several counts of insurance fraud because the things that they said were stolen while they were on their trip to Negril. Not only was Wendy seen in them on the show, she also posted in some of those pieces on her Instagram page. Now, I'm seeing several different reports about their specific charges. Some pages, reputable pages, are saying they have 8 to 9 counts, but the Daily Mail said that Eddie this morning had 18 total charges: 9 felony false misleading info fraud in the excess of $300. So the pieces that he said that were burglarized were over $300. 8 misdemeanors on false and misleading info and fraud in excess of $300. Okay, so 9 felonies, 8 misdemeanors, and a misdemeanor charge of false statement to an officer. And I'm seeing that they both have that. So that means when they reported their items stolen, they lied about it, and that's lying to the police, which is a misdemeanor. For Wendy's charges, I'm saying Wendy is faced with 15 total charges: 70 felony misleading info fraud of excess of $300, 7 misdemeanors on false and misleading info fraud in excess of $300, and misdemeanor charge of a false statement to a police officer again. So they have a lot of matching charges, but they're charging them per item, per piece. So 1 Birkin, 1 piece of jewelry, 1 hat, 1 pair of shoes. That's each a charge. And depending on the price of the item, whether or not it's a misdemeanor or a felony. They have both been booked, and I'm absolutely disturbed to have to report on Wendy and Eddie getting arrested. To me, they was one of those couples to look up to. 110%. But let me be honest, a lot of celebrities do this. Now, follow my subscription page because I'm going to talk later tonight about celebrities that you didn't know did this, that did insurance fraud. Basically saying our house got robbed, set up some people to rob their house, allegedly a break-in, and it was really them so they could cash in on their insurance money. Now, Wendy is also in trouble for being caught taking some of these items back to the store. Not only being seen on them online, some of their expensive items, she tried to return them for full price. I'm like, Wendy, come on. When you're a star, a reality star especially, ask Jen Shaw. The eyes are on you. You can't get away with petty crimes like this when everybody's looking. It's a new season of Real Housewives of Potomac out. So this is absolutely the fool. And it's coming off of the heels of Karen freshly getting out of jail. Now, these two had a $50,000 bond, which they both placed on each other. They both bonded out, I do believe. But they're going to have to go to court for this and probably pay restitution. It just wasn't worth the embarrassment because Wendy has a lot of enemies on that show. When I recently watched Real Housewives, Kierna and her were kind of falling out with something that I don't think was Wendy's fault. Giselle is always looking for fodder against Wendy because, not Wendy. Giselle is jealous. Giselle is jealous that Wendy has this beautiful family and beautiful husband. She has the accolades. She has the good body. She has the good outfits. So she's always throwing little jabs, saying little corny stuff. Before Karen went to jail, Wendy had fallen out with Karen. So I'm like, no, this is not the time for you to have a scandal when everybody's kind of against you. Now, Wendy does own a candle and home business called Oni Home Wellness, ONYI. And although that's beautiful, I don't know if her jobs down to the John Hopkins and her PhD positions will be affected by this crime. Will she be able to work at a school again? I just pray that her bottom line is not affected by this scandal because I love Wendy. I actually stan, and I hate this. Now, we still going to be buying Happy Eddie. That don't stop the show, okay? You down there selling cannabis, and he looked high as a kite when they arrested him. So, free Eddie, free Wendy, the fast way.